Hey, this is Taylor from Paladin, and you're watching Infernal TV.
Is Stephanie here with Infernal TV, and I'm here right now with Taylor of Paladin. So how are you?
I am great.
You are great. Fantastic. So you're currently on tour with Allegiant and Infernal, and this is also your first real tour. So, well, with it being your first tour, and also, you know, you're pretty much touring with death metal bands, and you're very different. So how's the crowd reaction been?
It's been surprisingly good, or maybe not so surprisingly. I thought we would do okay because we have like fancy shreddy guitar stuff like the other two bands do. But no, it's been really good. People have been responding very well. It's been ace. Ace.
Perfect. And now, when I was listening to Paladin, or when I was listening to your new album, the one thing that I was thinking is anybody can like Paladin. You know, like, no matter what subgenre of metal you listen to or whatever you want to call it, like, anybody can like your music. So, one, do you agree? And two, why do you think that is?
Do I agree? Yeah, I think everyone can and should like Paladin. They're a great band. What? I was kind of talking about this with a guy last night randomly, but we have we draw from a bunch of different styles. Obviously, there's the power metal, there's the thrash metal, just some like melodeath kind of stuff, the fancy guitar stuff. So we can kind of fit in with a number of different bands that other bands may not be able to. So yeah, I think did that answer the question?
That was the greatest answer ever. Congratulations. All right, and so you in particular, you've been a hired gun for a lot of different bands. Like when I met you, you were with Arsis. So you're finally expressing your own musical ideas and sharing them with the world, and you're not just bumping along with other bands. So is is this gratifying? Are you like, oh, finally, or?
It's very gratifying. I'm definitely not like, oh, finally you guys have learned about Paladin. I'm more like, I'm still, I don't really believe most of it is happening. It's just kind of weird. It's still overwhelming for me. Plus, I'm like kind of a neurotic person in general. So it's a lot to take in for my little bitty heart.
Well, your little bitty heart. I saw in a previous interview you discussed your background as a guitar player, but you didn't discuss your background as a singer. So how did you learn to sing?
I would argue I haven't learned to sing yet. I just tried singing along to like Symphony X and bands that I liked, Iron Maiden, until I could sort of get close, and then I decided to do it in front of other people for some reason. I don't know why. That's about it. I haven't had any kind of training. I haven't been really singing for that long, just like 7 years maybe, like really trying. Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, singing along to Iron Maiden and Symphony X, I mean, that right there is an accomplishment.
Yeah, if you, yeah, it can be, or it can be a disaster. So,
All right, so you guys are from Atlanta, and I've been to Atlanta, but I've never actually been to a show there. So what's Atlanta's metal scene like?
uh, well, there's definitely not a lot of melodic stuff like us. Alex is off camera, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. There's some death metal, there's some thrash metal, there's black metal, all of the non-melodic things. Also a lot of like punk influenced things, and there's of course like sludge and stoner kind of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
Sweet.
Not much real singing.
Awesome. And now, well, going back to something you previously said when all this stuff, is touring and the new album and everything, all of this really just happened this year. Like, you got signed, you released the album, now you're on your first tour, so you're a young band, but you're already very successful. So how does that feel?
Weird. It feels very weird. Yeah, we signed technically last October, but then nothing, that wasn't announced until like April of this year. Everything started happening 6-ish months ago. And then our first album came out, and blah, 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 all the things happened. And we got to play Prog Power very last minute, which was in September. It's a lot of stuff happening that I didn't expect to happen. So it's pretty weird.
Hey, weird is good.
It is good. It's weird in a good way.
Awesome. And now let's talk about next year. Do you have anything in the works that you can share?
We have a little bit. We're doing we have a super secret tribute EP thing coming out in December, which I imagine will be announced before too long because it's November now basically. And we've got that happening. We've got some stuff in the works. We're playing Mad with Power Fest in Madison, Wisconsin next August. And yeah, I mean, we want to try to get to Europe. We want to try to get to Japan, even bigger. Other stuff we have, I think that's it for the time being.
Awesome. And this is the last question. Do you have anything to say to the fans? Thank you, or check out their new album, or et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, all of the above. Thank you. Check out our one album that we have. It's great. Come see us on tour. When is this going to go up? I don't know if...
Hopefully the next couple days.
Okay.
Or maybe next week. Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
If we're still on tour when you watch this, come see us. It'll be cool. I think that's about it.
All right, and thank you everybody for watching. Just like Taylor said, they released their first album in April, and they're obviously playing some shows. If you haven't seen them on this tour, then I'm sure you all will. Well, they have the festival coming up in Wisconsin, and then I'm sure going to be doing more touring.
Yeah, we're going to try to do more touring for sure.
Right.
Just no solid plans yet.
Awesome. And so obviously they're going to be touring. So keep up with everything Paladin is doing and stay metal, everyone.